For the second time in 3 seasons, the Los Angeles Kings hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup this past June.
It's held in a shot. Safe. Rebound.
With most of their roster still intact, the Kings look ready to become the NHL's newest dynasty. The Minnesota Wild are in search of that same success. Ready to take the next step, the Wild will need to beat the best the West has to offer. Minnesota gets its first shot at the chance next in a matinee from LA. And we are ready for action at the Staples Center, where Minnesota won twice last year. And we're underway. Koivu on the draw for Minnesota against Kopitar for the Kings. It's Koivu, Vanek, and Fontaine up front for Minnesota. Same trio that we saw play together Friday night in Anaheim. Wild trying to bounce back from a 2-1 loss against the Ducks in the first game of this 2-game Southern California road swing. Jonas Brodin back for Minnesota. Up along the boards. Fontaine able to push it by Regehr, and it's back into Los Angeles territory where Williams drops it back in his own zone. Robin Regehr up the left wing board. Richards tied up by Brodin at center ice. Brodin comes away with the puck for Minnesota. Takes a jab from Richards. And the Kings gain control. Regehr flips it in. Backstrom steers it aside for Ryan Suter. Ryan Suter starts ahead for the Wild. Pushes for Granlund. Granlund knocked off the puck by Jarrett Stoll in the Kings zone. Battle along the boards, and Brown comes away with it for Los Angeles. Tapped ahead at center by King. Reached the Minnesota line, but offside. Our Northland Ford goaltenders.
Nicklas Backstrom has not started a game since January of last season. Surgeries, off-season rehab, and a couple games in the preseason has him ready. Jonathan Quick, of course, he's played a lot of hockey the last few years and one of the premier goaltenders in the National Hockey League. 2 veteran goaltenders facing each other this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. Not a lot of changes for the Wild lineup-wise, except for their third D pairing.
Third D pairing, as we mentioned off the top, for this afternoon's game, Nate Prosser and Christian Folin. Prosser making his season debut. Folin back in after he was scratched Friday night in Anaheim.
Mike Gill wants to see pucks to the net by every one of these lines. He's often talked about being able to roll all of his lines. He wants them all out there on a relatively regular basis. Naturally, the top 2 or 3 lines will get a bulk of the work, but he still wants to be able to trust every line out on the ice.
Kings control in their own zone. Doughty plays it around to the far side for Toffoli. Toffoli's exit pass intercepted at center ice. Pominville deflects it in to the Los Angeles zone. Doughty back to pick it up. Harassed there by Granlund, and the Kings efficiently back out to center ice. Toffoli then bobbled the puck, regains control, plays across for Tanner Pearson, but it's out of his reach. Backstrom to play it for Minnesota, and Granlund starts back. Granlund across for Suter, who drives it in. Minnesota will make a change. Just over 2 minutes in, just getting started here at the Staples Center. First meeting of the year between the Wild and the Kings. Last year, the road team won all 3 games. Minnesota winning twice here in Los Angeles. Nate Prosser kicks it ahead. Folin chips to the line, but not out of the zone. McNabb held for the Kings. Loose puck picked up by Clifford on his backhand. He's forced to the outside by Ryan Carter. To the point. Slava Voinov with a long shot. Never reached the net. And Backstrom with a pad save on the first legitimate shot for the Kings. Carter picks it up behind the net.
Nice calm save, too, by Backstrom. Didn't overreact to it.
Nolan tries to center. Regehr with a shot. Saved by Backstrom. Had the angle played well and caught it in the midsection. We'll get a face-off in the Minnesota zone. Our Toyota key stat shows you the Wild against the defending Stanley Cup champs. They've been very good since the lockout. 14-8-2 against the team that won it the previous year.
The Wild are able to get up for these types of games. Always a good measuring stick when you're able to play the champs from the season before, especially early in the season like this. They obviously didn't make a ton of changes. Daryl Sutter pretty much has the same bench in front of him. A couple guys had to be jettisoned for cap reasons, but for the most part, they were able to lock most guys in.
Jared Spurgeon with it for Minnesota to Scandella. And it was not tipped by Vanek, so this will be icing against the Wild and a faceoff back in the Minnesota zone. Last year, Minnesota went 3-1-1 against the defending champs from Chicago 2 years ago. Of course, the Kings were the champs. The Wild beat them 2 out of 3 the next year.
Maybe some whispers of dynasty. I don't know if you could say that until you throw in a back-to-back cup or even 3 in 5 years. But they do have a solid makeup here in LA.
Regier plays one off the end boards. Williams has it for Los Angeles. Kopitar trying to hold off a check. Plays it across. Richards after it there. Back to the point for Regier, but it caroms out to neutral ice. Regier to Voinov. And now Williams, who was the Conn Smythe winner during LA's run to the Cup last year, the MVP of the playoffs. 25 points in the 26 games played by the Kings in last year's playoff run. Doughty around to the far side. Howla wheels and fires, and it's steered to the glass by Jonathan Quick. Stoll plays to the far side. Brown is there. He relays it out through neutral ice and all the way back into the Wild zone. Jonas Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. Suter for Niederreiter. Just off the mark, and Doughty's back to pick up a loose puck for the Kings. Watched closely by Coyle as he circles his net. Turned it over, Niederreiter fires, and a save by Quick. This line had chances Friday night in Anaheim. Howland, Niederreiter, and Coyle, but they were held off of the scoreboard.
Great forecheck there, creates turnovers. Makes defensemen pitch the puck where they don't want to. Niederreiter had a great opportunity right in the slot.
Granlund works his way free at center to Parise. Parise fires, saved by Quick. Rebound to the corner. Parise's there for Minnesota. Back to Granlund. Granlund bumped by Martinez. Lets it go by for Pominville. Granlund for Parise. This line shut out by the Ducks Friday after they had 2 highly productive games against the Avalanche. A tip by Parise goes just wide. Parise along the boards to the point. Scandella winds, fires, and it was deflected wide. Parise battling in the corner.
He just continues to battle. Uses his leverage. A little shove here, a little push there. And Parise in that line really had a good shift.
Mikhail Granlund scoops it up. Wild 2-on-2 at the Kings line. Granlund and Zucker hit the stripe. Across for Cook. Fires and a pad save by Quick. Cook behind the net. Circling for Minnesota as the Wild completes a change. Cook's pass just out of the reach of Carter. And that allows the Kings to come back the other way. Toffoli with a long one. Gloved and dropped by Backstrom. Scandella there for Minnesota. Good start for the Wild. They've outshot the Kings 6-2 here in the opening 5.5 minutes. Andrioff in for Los Angeles. Plays it across for Nolan. He fanned on it. Nolan regains control. Out to the point. Return pass into the middle, but Clifford bobbled the puck. And the Wild able to clear.
Yeah, end of the shift for Cook, so he really didn't have a lot of gas left in the tank to make that a breakaway. It would have been interesting to see if that would have happened early in the shift, whether he would have been able to break free.
Koivu slides one behind Vanek, and it comes out to neutral. Doughty back to pick it up there. Clifford trying to push it along the boards, but it's taken away by Suter, and Fontaine flips it into the Kings zone. Quick leaves for Doughty. Williams whips it across for Kopitar. Kopitar into the Minnesota zone. A shot. Pad save Backstrom. And the rebound clear to the wall by Brodin. Koivu takes Kopitar down along the boards. Williams has it there for LA. Williams dumped by Brodin, and Fontaine starts ahead. Fontaine to Koivu. 3-on-3 at the Kings line. Koivu played across, but Fontaine had broken for the middle. Richards flips it back in for LA. Williams and Scandella battle for the puck in the corner. Mikhail Granlund has it there for the Wild. Granlund starts ahead for Minnesota. Nearing the 7-minute mark of a scoreless first period. A lot of flow here early. Not many whistles at the Staples Center. King battling with Granlund. King emerges with the puck. Down low for Brown. Brown watched by Spurgeon. Both fell in the corner. King has it for Los Angeles. Parisi for the Wild. Off the boards and out to center ice. Driven back in by Green. It deflected and intercepted at the Minnesota line. Pominville fires. Bad save by Quick. Parisi to Haula. Haula along the boards for Minnesota. Back down low. Pominville overskated the puck. And Martinez has it there for Los Angeles. Haula takes it away. In behind. Just out of the reach of Parisi. Parisi and Green battling for the puck. Pominville to Folan. Across for Suter. Suter's shot hit a skate. Parisi tried to center. He was tied up by Martinez. Good pressure by Minnesota. Haula tried to go to the point, but it's intercepted by Brown, and Brown sends it in for the Kings. Both teams will make a change.
And no, Mike Yeo has not flipped his lines around. Parisi and Pominville basically got caught out there late, and that's why Haula, who'd come off for Granlund, was part of that shift.
Puck deflects out of play, and we get a whistle. Scoreless at the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
Mikael Granlund's ascension is well noted. Look at last year, the growth, the support of the puck. Mikael Granlund continues to grow as a player. The maturation is obvious. Starting to shoot the puck a lot more. Again, more support, pressure by two players, and a quick touch pass. And then watch him find soft areas of the ice where he can then get another scoring chance. This is from last year. He's grown even more this year, and he's part of that big second line with the Minnesota Wild, centering Parisi and Pominville. They think alike, they skate alike, and they have a lot of maturity among the three of them, and Granlund just continues to grow as a player.
What a second year he had. He had just 8 points in 27 games as a rookie 2 years ago. But then last year blossomed, 33 assists, 41 overall points in 63 games for the Wild.
Takes a little while for players to get the speed of the game, to get the little nuances of the National Hockey League. You could be a star player in college or junior or even in the minors, but stepping up into the National Hockey League is an entirely different animal. And Granlund took a good part of that first year to figure that out. And then last year, as you mentioned, really grew and really blossomed as a heck of a centerman for the Minnesota Wild.
Koivu wins the draw, but it comes all the way back into the Wild zone. Brodin across to Suter, and Fontaine races ahead for the Wild. Hits the LA line, finds Koivu, who drives one right on a save by Quick. He has to hang on. Quick was the MVP of the playoff run during the Cup run in 2012 for the Kings. For more on the Wild battle against the defending champs, here's Kevin Gord.
Hey, Anthony, I share the opinion of Mike Greenland. This could be a measuring stick early, but I asked the captain, Mikko Koivu. He said just the opposite. We treat this like another game early in the season. It's not about proving anything right now. We don't want to hear cup contender. We don't hear any of that stuff. We want to go out there and get better every game, and these guys will certainly test us. But he said, bottom line is, we know we can beat these guys. We beat them in this building twice last year, and we already know we're a cup contender. We're just trying to build game by game and getting better so we can be a contender when the playoffs start. Not right now. Interesting.
Koivu scored the game winner for Minnesota when they won here in Los Angeles last year, 3-2. That was the only one of the three meetings that did not go to a shootout. Williams behind the net for Los Angeles, bumped by Scandella. Kopitar lets it go by along the wall. Williams there, has it knocked away by Scandella, and Fontaine scoops it up. Fontaine carries in, waits along the boards. Spurgeon relays to the far side for Vanek. Vanek to Koivu, back to Vanek. To Koivu in the circle, a shot. It was deflected by Vanek. May have gotten through to Quick, but winds up in the corner. Vanek, Koivu, and Fontaine creating a chance there for Minnesota. Suter with a long one that goes just wide. Poland pinches to hold for Minnesota. Only for a moment. Voinov ahead to Williams, and the Kings are back on the attack. Williams on his backhand, fires on goal. Backstrom will hang on, and a faceoff coming in the Minnesota zone.
Well, you want to see Thomas Vanek around the front of the net. Mike Yeo talked about that, and he was very encouraged by where Vanek was playing against the Ducks. Look at him right here. Got a deflection, maybe got too much of that one, but he continues to wander around the top of that crease. Guys like him, they seem to find the puck, and they generally find it around the top of that net. Made a couple little plays last game that almost got by Anderson. He's hoping to find some room behind Quick in this one.
Dustin Brown along the boards for LA. Watched closely by Brodin. In behind for King. He's knocked off the puck. Coyle battling with Stoll in the corner. King has it for LA. To Stoll, tried to center for Brown, but it hit a skate, and Niederreiter leads a 3-on-2. His pass handcuffed Haula, and Haula has to dump it in. Kings quickly back the other way at center. Dwight King trying to poke it past Brodin. Can't do it. Martinez dumps it back in just off the bench. Andreoff watched by Suter, so he leaves in the corner. King is there. Back to the circle for Andreoff. It deflects to the point. McNabb with a long shot. That was blocked on the way. Never reached the net. And we'll get a whistle as the puck ruled having hit the netting. Scoreless at the Staples Center. While the Kings are scoreless in Los Angeles, the Kings, another of the heavy hitting teams in the NHL. 165 hits already to lead the league.
And normally when I see that many hits, I wonder if a team has the puck very much, because you're not usually hitting people when you possess the puck. But I believe that the Kings are a different story when it comes to that. They just like to use the body. They use that in the offensive zone as well as the defensive zone, and they're not afraid to play in their own end. They are a heavy team, and they use it very well.
Wild, by comparison, 30th in the league, averaging just 16 hits per game. They were out hit slightly by the Ducks on Friday, 24-21. Out hit by Colorado, 31-14 in the game in Denver. While leader in hits is Nino Niederreiter with a very modest total of 6. Meanwhile, you look up and down this LA lineup, and they're filled with guys who will hit you. Matt Green leads the team. 17 hits on the year.
Oh, guys that play a certain way. Lesson Brown, he's a great example right there. He's not afraid to lay the body. They have big defensemen, and their forwards aren't afraid to get in there. Jared Stoll, also a guy, even though he's not a sizable player, he certainly will throw his weight around.
Regier back for the Kings. Parisi found the loose puck. Whacks it into the corner. Regier back to pick it up. Granlund on the forecheck. Voinov plays it up on the far boards. Kept in by Pominville. Suter had his man tied up, and puck winds up in the possession of Mikael Granlund. Suter to Brodin, and the Wild are back into the Kings zone. Parisi hustling after a loose puck. Suter able to hold the zone. Puck winds up in behind the LA goal, where Regier picks it up for King. Voinov carries ahead for Los Angeles and dumps it in. Not much in the way of scoring chances in this game, just one for each team. Last year, if you exclude the shootout winners, the teams combined for only 11 goals in the 3 head-to-head meetings. Wild with a very slight 6-5 advantage. Kopitar for Richards at neutral ice. Works his way around Spurgeon. Spurgeon then got just enough of it to knock the puck off of his stick. Kopitar holds. Richards along the boards. Kopitar battling with Spurgeon. And Fontaine races ahead for Minnesota. 3-on-2 at the LA line. Koivu waits, drops, Bolin fires wide.
Oh boy. Bolin looked like he just bobbled it right at the last second, and then tried to rush the shot as he got in tight. But what a great setup there. Great support by Bolin, though. Good to see him jump into the play.
3-on-2 for Minnesota became essentially a 4-on-2 with Bolin jumping into the rush. Niederreiter. Stick to skate. Boyle dumps it in for Minnesota. Penalty coming here against the Wild. And the Kings will get the game's first power play. Jeff Carter at center for Los Angeles. Into the Minnesota zone. His shot blocked by Prosser. And as Brodin gathers in the loose puck, we get the whistle and the call. And the Kings will have the man advantage.
Wild like their penalty kill, but they don't want to use it that much. Very good in the penalty kill this season. Charlie Coyle heads off. Coyle found himself in the box a few times last game as well. Throws his weight around there on
Got the call rate. High sticking the call as he clunked the back of the helmet of Drew Doughty. Kings with the man advantage. They've scored just one power play goal this season. Wild 11 for 11 on the kill. Early chance for LA. Doughty fires. That goes wide of the goal. And the carom is all the way back to the Los Angeles line. Voinov back to pick it up. Carter and Haula up front for Minnesota. Spurgeon and Scandella, the defenseman on the penalty kill. Jeff Carter in. Lost the puck, and Ryan Carter clears for Minnesota.
I think Doughty on that initial shot was looking for a deflection because an experienced guy like him typically doesn't shoot far side of the net. You know it's going to carry him around if you miss.
Richards in for Los Angeles. Centering pass. Toffoli scores. Deflected off of Suter right to Tyler Toffoli. He beats Nick Backstrom, and it's 1-0 Kings.
Call that a very good bounce for the Kings. From a goalie's perspective, this is a nightmare scenario. If the puck goes off of you, you generally know where you kicked it out. If the puck goes off someone else, then you're trying to reread the play, and this one went right out in front of the net. And the line that we talked about in our open, the line that has 9 of the 12 regulation goals so far this season for the Kings, gets in there and pumps a power play goal home to start the scoring.
First power play goal allowed by the Wild this season. Kings up 1-0. Backstrom with a save. Doughty pressured by Parisi, sends it wide. Pominville picks it up for Minnesota to Parisi at center. Parisi at the Los Angeles line has it knocked away. Pominville gains control, could not handle it cleanly, and we wind up with an offside whistle. Power play goal by Toffoli, 1-0 Kings. Thanks, Jamie. Schrader just 2 points off the league lead at this point with those 5 assists. Iowa Wild, home of a couple of Wild prospects that may well be wearing the Minnesota Wild sweaters in the near future. Certainly more depth within this organization than the Wild have had, maybe in the history of the franchise. Regier back to pick it up for the Kings. King to Brown, who hits center ice at the Minnesota line. Forced to the outside by Scandella. Stoll and Spurgeon going to the end wall after the puck. Spurgeon trying to maintain his feet, can't do it. Goes down in a heap in the corner. Fontaine looking for Koivu. Instead, it's Regier to Brown. Brown looking for a deflection. Voinov with a drive right on. Saved by Backstrom. And Vanek runs under the loose puck for Minnesota. 3-on-3 at the Kings line. Vanek to Fontaine just out of his reach. He was tied up by Brown as he broke for the net. Poland played to the LA line. Andrioff in for Los Angeles. Pinched off the puck by Suter along the end wall. Christian Poland there for Minnesota. We've seen a little more of this from Mike Yeo, going lefty and righty and pairing the veterans with the young guys. Suter here skating a shift with Poland. Pominville drops it back. Parisi with a shot. That goes just wide. Clifford back the other way for Los Angeles. Tied up by Prosser at center ice. Pominville plays it back into his own zone. Suter to Prosser, and the Wild start back. Pominville all the way across for Granlund. Granlund a shot saved by Quick. Parisi was tied up before he could find the rebound. Prosser back in the Minnesota zone. Couldn't get it by Clifford, but Granlund recovers the loose puck for the Wild. Brodin across to Prosser. Prosser sends it cross ice. It was behind Niederreiter, and it'll be icing against Minnesota.
Well, Nicholas Backstrom, as you mentioned, first game in quite some time, and here are some of his qualities. Bob Mason calls him a flatliner. He does not get rattled too easily. He's got quiet mobility. He does not move his feet a ton, but when he gets there, he's able to set. We've often talked about his focus, his ability to train in and be ready for games. Darcy Kemper, the goaltender on record for the first 3 Wild games. Nicholas Backstrom finally getting a shot.
Pearson's pass too far for Jeff Carter. Icing waved off as it was tipped before entering the Minnesota zone. Charlie Coyle across to Brodin. Brodin at neutral ice. Relayed in by Niederreiter. Haula in on the forecheck for Minnesota. McNabb lost it to Niederreiter. Leaves it for Haula. Haula tried to go back to Niederreiter. That hit Doughty. Haula has it in the circle. A shot saved by Quick. Spurgeon holds for Minnesota. Haula with a one-touch pass for Niederreiter, but his redirect went wide of the target, and the Kings cleared. Inside 3 minutes left, first period, the only goal, a power play marker scored by Toffoli, and we get a whistle as there was a collision in the neutral zone.
It might be too many men.
The Kings
they were in a line change.
They were in the midst of a change.
Yep, that's exactly what happened, and Niederreiter was the one to, he may have got it anyway, but Niederreiter certainly let the referee know that watch the bench. What you're going to see is a player jump on. The problem is when he jumps on, he plays the puck.
Doughty tried to jump into the bench to avoid the penalty, but it was too late.
Yep, those are the kind that make coaches crazy. If you're in the offensive zone grinding away and you get a penalty for being a little too aggressive, coaches are able to pass that off.
First look at Minnesota's new power play groups. Suter, Parisi, Pominville, Koivu, and Vanek. This is the veteran power play for Minnesota. Suter will go back to pick up the loose puck. 4 forwards, Suter the only defenseman. Suter carries ahead. Koivu to Parisi. Back to Koivu in the corner. Koivu leaves it behind. Parisi was tied up by Voinov. And the Kings get a clear. Brown shorthanded for Los Angeles. Works to the middle, a shot, and it deflected just wide. Pominville to Vanek. Kings clear, and Backstrom will leave it behind the net. The Wild change. And this is now the younger power play set. Average age just over 22 years. Coyle, Granlund, Niederreiter up front. Spurgeon and Brodin on the points. Brodin to Spurgeon. Down low, Granlund. Granlund sets up along the wall. Niederreiter trying to jam it in. Saved by Quick. Puck is loose, and now we get a whistle as Quick lays down on the loose puck in the LA crease.
When you see this Niederreiter play, you're going to have your jaw drop. Watch what he does here when he gets the puck. Look at this quick backhand to forehand move. Beautiful by Niederreiter. Too bad it didn't go for him because it was terrific.
Wild have been getting chances on the power play, just not finishing. They're averaging 2 shots on goal per power play opportunity. Only the Winnipeg Jets averaging more. But check out the other teams among the top 6. They're all clicking over 20% on the power play. The Wild have just not found the back of the net with a man advantage to this point.
And Anthony, I know that you looked at this last year. People don't think 2 shots per power play is a lot, but you know otherwise.
Only 2 teams in the league averaging 2. You'll hear well, they only had a shot on the power play. Well, a shot is almost average. 2 is brilliant. Granlund with it in the corner. Spins away from Voinov. Spurgeon holds for Minnesota. Final seconds of the first Wild power play of the night. And the Kings able to clear. It's been a very effective penalty kill for Los Angeles. They've killed their last 9 shorthanded situations and make it 10 in a row. As the penalty is over, Kings are at full strength. Fontaine leaves for Haula. Haula fires. Saved by Quick. Brown couldn't get it out of the zone. Fontaine fed the point. King scoops up a loose puck for Los Angeles. Martinez around behind his net. Doughty's there. Suter trying to settle a bouncing puck at the Minnesota line. He does. Brown flips it right back in. Backstrom leaves it for Suter as we go into the final seconds of the first period. And the horn sounds with the Kings on top, 1-0, a power play tally by Tyler Toffoli, the only marker.
The Kings aren't going to give you much. Everything you get, you're going to have to earn, and then you run into Jonathan Quick. The Wild did have chances, but they got to make them count.
Our Century Link to what's next. Our NHL insider, Michael Russo, will join us for a look at what's happening around the NHL. It's coming up in our first intermission. Kings leading the Wild 1-0 after one. Kevin Gorg will chat with Matt Cook next. One nothing for the Kings at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Wild trying to bounce back after losing in Anaheim Friday night and earn a split on this two-game swing against Western Conference powers. Mike Yo's team outshot the Kings 12-7 in the first. Nick Backstrom making his first start of the year for Minnesota. Koivu against Kopitar to start the second period. And we're underway. Koivu wins the draw. Los Angeles had the upper hand in the faceoff circle in the first period, winning 11 of 17. Mikko Koivu was 5-2 on the dot. The rest of Minnesota's centermen a combined 1 and 9. Vanek trying to get it back to Koivu. Vanek recovers a loose puck and dumps it in. Minnesota will make an early change as Regeer goes back to play it for the Kings. Voinov, who assisted on Toffoli's power play goal for Los Angeles. Williams to Kopitar at center, who rings it in. Spurgeon picks it up for Minnesota. Marco Scandella starts ahead for the Wild. Spurgeon has it at center. His pass behind Parisi, and icing called against the Wild. Faceoff will come back in the Minnesota zone. Season tickets for the 2014-15 season are still available, including 11-game plans, half-season plans, and full-season tickets. You can get yours today by visiting tickets.wild.com. Wild are back at home on Thursday night. They'll face Arizona Thursday, Tampa Bay Saturday. Wild have played just once on home ice so far this season. Scandella comes to center. Tried to slide one through to Parisi, but it was intercepted, and Stoles back the other way. Spurgeon back for Minnesota. Brown sends a backhander just wide. Doughty holds for the Kings. Watched by Granlund. Stoll in behind. Brown watched by Spurgeon. Brown leaves it for Doughty. Doughty walks around Parisi. Tried to center, and it's tipped just wide by Stoll. McNabb with a one-timer. Deflected. Backstrom may have gotten a pad on it. Brown in the corner fires. That's stopped by Backstrom.
That stung Scandella. He's still limping around out there.
Doughty's long shot. Brown to King. His shot was blocked by Spurgeon. A lot of zone time for the Kings here early second period. Stoll fires looking for a deflection. Scandella intercepted, couldn't clear. Brown sends one wide. Stoll back to pick it up for the Kings. Doughty at the near point. Has his shot blocked by Parisi, but Doughty holds. Then turns it over as Scandella intercepts. Spurgeon at center for Minnesota. Pominville has Parisi breaking for the net. His centering pass was deflected, and then Parisi's pass went right through the skates of Granlund. Kings have been one of the worst second period teams in the NHL. Their shot differential of -33 is the worst in the league in the middle period. But they've been off to a good start here in the middle frame this afternoon. Doughty trying to tip it by Brodin. McNabb has it there for the Kings, but lost it to Haula. Haula's pass for Niederreiter was deflected. Centering pass again, winds up behind the net. Brodin holds for Minnesota, takes a heavy hit from Brown, and the puck deflects up and out of play. We'll get a face-off in the Kings zone.
A couple of very good opportunities for each team. Wild pinch a little bit, don't get to keep the puck in, and it's back the other way. Brown getting a backhander that goes wide of the goal, and then at the end of a very tiring shift, they tried to get the puck to Parisi, and it went off the skate one of the defenders of the Kings. McNabb got his skate on it, and Parise just was unable to tap that one home. He did get it back out front, but chances few and far between here so far for the Wild.
Zucker battling along the board. Zucker scored Minnesota's only goal Friday night in Anaheim. Sidesteps a hit behind the LA goal. Carter trying to hold the zone for Minnesota. Kings nearly had a 2-on-1, but Ryan Suter was able to come up with the puck first. Zucker back in for Minnesota. Dumps to the corner, tries to work around Martinez. Pearson's pass deflected by Cook, and now deflects into the Minnesota bench.
Well, Jason Zucker, goals in 2 consecutive games. Vanek feeds him in Denver. Beautiful shot over the glove. And then right here catches Clayton Stoner tripping up, and a nice little wrist shot underneath the goaltender's glove. Zucker did make an error in the game against the Ducks, and Mike Yeo did talk about it, said these young players, they're going to make good plays and they're going to make mistakes. Got to let them do both. It's part of the learning process, and that's why Mike Yeo elected to stay with the same forward lineup for this game.
Told Zucker that one mistake would not force him out of the lineup. Challenge always for young players. Don't let one mistake affect the next play. Fontaine on the backhand, saved by Quick. Vanek with a chance, and Quick made the save while down on the ground. Brodin for Koivu. Koivu wheels and sends one wide. Vanek tied up there with Voinov.
That should have been a slash.
Voinov wound up with a broken stick as he took a pretty good whack at Vanek's stick. Suter behind his net for Minnesota. Both teams change. 4.5 minutes into the second. Only goal scored by the Kings in the first period. Doughty back in his own zone. Kopitar trying to sneak through the neutral zone. Haula intercepts. Dumps it back in. And now it's Williams for Los Angeles. Williams winds and fires just wide. Kings have not been able to find much balance offensively. Just 12 goals on the season coming into play today, and that's in 5 games. 9 of them scored by their second line, Pearson, Carter, and Toffoli. Toffoli has the only goal here today. Line of Richards, Kopitar, and Williams limited through 5 games to just 2 goals and 2 assists. Niederreiter at center for Minnesota. Pass behind Scandella. Scandella recovers. His shot was then blocked on the way. Williams has it for Los Angeles. Rolls it down along the wall. Spurgeon back to pick it up for Minnesota. Jared Spurgeon starts out for the Wild. Granlund carries in. Pinched off the puck along the boards. Parise drops. And the pass just off the mark for Prosser. Didn't allow him to get the one-timer. Full and holds. Parise behind the net. Trying to escape a check. He's pulled down. Penalty coming against Los Angeles. And we get the whistle. The tripping call will put Minnesota on the power play for the second time in the game.
Well, Zach Parise draws so many penalties just because of his work ethic. Was just hustling around behind the net. Green did get his stick in his feet. Chance earlier here for the Wild. Fontaine, who's been added to that line, got a good shot. Vanek just couldn't find the handle. And here's the penalty. The stick between the legs, and Green just way too much on Zach Parise. First power play of the game for the Minnesota Wild. Or excuse me, second.
Wild will start with the veteran power play. Koivu, Vanek, Parise, Suter, and Pominville. Looking for the tying goal here at the Staples Center. Suter, long shot, tipped on the way. Quick is down, puck was loose, and Koivu could not get there before Quick was able to find the puck and cover with a glove.
Right idea. Again, Vanek at the top of the crease. We saw him get a lot of opportunities against the Ducks in that very same manner. And he's deflecting these down towards the goaltender. Quick really couldn't find that one as it came into his body. Vanek actually Had a good deflection earlier in the game, but unfortunately got too much of it, and the puck never got through.
Another face-off win for Koivu. Pominville to Parisi. Parisi into the corner. Koivu back to Parisi along the wall. Cross ice. Pominville. Suter a one-timer. Hit traffic, and then Koivu's shot was blocked by Voinov. 4 players battling in the corner, 2 from each side. Puck comes free, and Voinov has it. He's hit by Parisi. Parisi wins the puck battle. Feeds the point for Ryan Suter. Suter to Koivu along the boards. Koivu to Parisi. Back to Koivu. Koivu up high. Suter. Pominville the one-timer, and he shattered his stick. Koivu to Vanek, a shot saved by Quick. Suter on the puck. Koivu a drive. That was blocked by Regeer, and then covered by Jonathan Quick.
And Parisi, I think, got a stick up high there as he was at the side of the net. Doesn't look like there's going to be any call, but watch Parisi there just trying to bother Quick as much as he could. Fanned on the shot there by Pominville, and wow, just blasting away.
Granlund will draw for Minnesota against Richards. Kings win the draw. Doughty trying to escape Niederreiter. Got it to Richards, who clears halfway through the Wild power play. Brodin and Spurgeon on the points for Minnesota. Coyle, Niederreiter, Granlund up front. Coyle rings it in for the Wild. Niederreiter and Doughty battling for the puck. Richards comes away with it. Cleared but not out. Brodin holds. Spurgeon to Niederreiter. Niederreiter watched closely by Martinez. Plays to Granlund. Granlund works his way up the boards, trying to create space. To Coyle, a shot saved by Quick. Coyle recovers the loose puck. Got it to Spurgeon. Coyle and Carter battling, and Doughty sends it all the way down.
Charlie Coyle with a good look. Mike Yeo saying yesterday that would like to have gotten him out there a lot more against the Ducks because he played that well.
Suter, long pass, sends Pominville in. Parisi to Koivu in the corner. Tried to go back to Parisi. A bouncing puck snatched out of the air by Jonathan Quick. Power play is over. Kings are at full strength. 1-0 Los Angeles. Wild power play held off the board once again. We talked to Zach Parisi about the Minnesota man advantage.
You know, power plays, they go hot and they go cold. And I think the biggest thing for us is when we did have a chance, or when we did find the other team, I guess, in a vulnerable spot, we didn't really take advantage. And I think that's something that we talked a lot about this year. I mean, number one, being a lot more active, moving a little more, moving on the wall, and not holding on to the puck too much, making the puck work.
Zach Parisi pointed out yesterday that preseason's a different animal. You're playing against probably not the best penalty killing unit that a team can provide. So any success you had in the preseason shouldn't be drawn upon necessarily for this part of the season.
Scandella behind the net. Mike Yeo made the same point. He said a lot of times in the preseason, you're working against not only players that won't even be in the NHL, but teams haven't spent a ton of time yet on their kill. You're going to face their best penalty killers and a lot more intensity and polish by the time you get in the regular season. Zucker with a shot. That deflected over the top of the goal. Howla wheels and fires, and Quick got a shoulder on that. Martinez trying to clear the zone. Minnesota holds. Niederreiter fights through one check. Tied up by Martinez. Howla quickly on the puck for Minnesota. Niederreiter emerges with the puck. Coyle a one-timer, and he sent it wide. Suter down the wall for Minnesota. Back to Coyle, another shot. And again, it's wide of the target. Niederreiter has it there for Minnesota. Charlie Coyle very visible in the offensive zone here for Minnesota. Two very good chances. Second one may have gotten a piece of the post. Niederreiter to Coyle, a one-timer. And it was blocked out front. Brown is there for the Kings. LA finally able to clear. Stoll comes to center. Prosser back to pick it up for Minnesota. Ridden off the puck by King. Suter there to cover up. His pass too far for Parisi, and it'll be icing against the Wild. Our Sanford Health injury report.
Well, familiar to Wild fans, Marion Gabrick out with an injury. Strained lower body. Of course, he was such a huge factor for the Stanley Cup champion LA Kings in the playoffs. And they have some depth in scoring right now, and Marion Gabrick is still missed. Talk about that big second line.
Richards took his spot on that top group with Kopitar and Williams. Richards, a former #1 draft pick, the Philadelphia Flyers. Kings looking for some scoring punch. Gabrick's offense a big part of their Stanley Cup run last year. Led the team in goals during the postseason. Parisi back to the point. Brodin with a shot. Saved by Quick, who's been busy here in the second period. 18 shots for Minnesota, but nothing by Jonathan Quick. 1-0 Kings. The opening week of hockey is presented by Dairy Queen. And our DQ fan cam finds a couple of Minnesota hockey fans in attendance here in Los Angeles. Hoping the Wild can find a way to get a puck past Jonathan Quick. He's stopped all 18 Wild shots to this point. Wild with an 18-9 edge in shots. 6-2 here in the second period. Scandella with a long shot. That got through, and Quick hangs on.
Well, Quick's great at finding the puck. He gets right down low near the ice. He's got a great sight line. Got to take his vision away. That'll produce a few more rebounds for the Wild. But right now, Jonathan Quick is very Jonathan Quick-like.
Wild averaged only 18.5 shots per game in the 2 games here in Los Angeles last year. Already over that total, halfway through it here this afternoon. Kopitar ridden hard into the wall by Folin. Kopitar hobbling.
They jump on Folin.
Folin and Richards going at it in the corner.
Richards made a beeline to Folin after Folin took out Kopitar. And Folin's a big boy. 6'3", 210, 215. He's a good-sized kid.
Clean hit by Folin in front of the LA bench. It was a vicious hit on Kopitar, but within the rules.
Watch the hit along the boards here. Just shoulder to shoulder. That's a good hit. Kopitar, but watch in front of the net. Richards came right up and instigated this fight, and he's going to head to the locker room, and he'll be done. But he came over and instigated the fight on Folin, and we see that every once in a while, even if it's a clean hit, especially if it's a clean hit on a good player like Kopitar.
So it'll be a power play.
Price.
It'll be a power play for Minnesota because of that penalty.
So Williams will serve the 2, and the Wild will have the man advantage. They've been peppering Jonathan Quick in this period. Give him a few more looks, I believe.
A little bit of a different look on the power play here for Minnesota. Granlund will join Parisi, Pominville, and Koivu. That spot had been filled by Vanek on the earlier power plays. Koivu on the draw for the Wild. Third power play chance for Minnesota. Granlund holds his own to Pominville. And his return pass for Granlund was tipped by Stoll and winds up all the way down. So it's 2, 5, and 10 for Richards, 2 for roughing, 5 for fighting, and a 10-minute misconduct. Suter starts back for Minnesota to Koivu at center. Wild struggling to gain control of the offensive zone here on the power play. Granlund settles a bouncing puck at neutral ice, trying to escape Kopitar. His pass off target intended for Suter. And the Wild have to regroup once more. Parise tips it to the LA line, but the Kings making life miserable on this Minnesota power play unit. Halfway through the power play for Minnesota. Suter to Fontaine. Tipped in by Spurgeon. Spurgeon knocked off the puck by Doughty in the corner. Spurgeon still battling. Fontaine to the point for Charlie Coyle. Coyle back to Fontaine. Fontaine looking for Coyle. It was just behind him. Spurgeon able to hold. Plays to the corner for Parise. In behind for Fontaine. Back to Parise. Parise looking for Brodin. Brodin backpedals and then plays in behind the goal. Parise takes a shove, but he's the first man on the puck along the boards. Spurgeon back to Parise. Parise into Fontaine. Fontaine slid it across. Brodin couldn't get a shot away. Fontaine with one try. Parise another. And Quick manages to hold his ground and again keep the puck out of the net.
So many times in this game, the Wild have just lost the handle at the last second. Some good passing right here off a skate. Doughty did a good job of locking it down there, so Brodin didn't have an opportunity. Jonathan Quick does a very good job of covering the lower part of the net. The Wild just could not find a tape-to-tape pass that would give him the kind of opportunity to put the puck behind him. Mike Yeo really shuffling things around here with the power play, trying to find some magic out of somebody.
Final seconds of this man advantage. Haula, Niederreiter, and Zucker up front for Minnesota. Niederreiter into the corner. Haula shoved off the puck by Voinov. Power play over for Minnesota. They're 0 for 3 with the man advantage. And here Scandella's shot winds up deflecting out of play. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Minnesota Wild is prohibited. Wild with 20 shots on goal. Kings with 9. But Toffoli with the game's only goal. That came on the power play in the first period. Prosser holds for Minnesota. Niederreiter with a long shot off the end wall. Haula centered. Zucker was tied up as he tried to break to the net. Haula from just across center dumps it in. Minnesota will change. Carter able to keep this puck alive for Minnesota. To Fontaine in the corner. Corrected the penalty call against Richards. The 2 was not for roughing, it was the instigator, and that's why there was the 10-minute misconduct added. Cook works his way out of the corner to the point. Suter. Suter's shot deflected wide. Fontaine tapped to try to keep it alive. Andrioff was there first for Los Angeles, and he flips it out to neutral ice. Prosser retreats for Minnesota to Fontaine and back to Suter. Suter plays to Matt Cook, taps to Carter. Carter to Fontaine, who wanted the one-timer. He fires, saved by Cook. Carter, now Zucker with a shot, saved by Quick. Zucker on the wraparound, stopped again. Another very active shift. Zucker took a stick up in the chin area. He is going to be the guilty party, though. He will probably go for tripping here. And the officials will confirm. Maybe there will be a penalty called each way.
Yeah, he was slashing at the puck, but he got a lot of leg.
Zucker is going to take a penalty here for Minnesota. Ryan Suter asking for something going the other way, but it does not appear that that will be the case. Donnie Fuller examining the Minnesota winger. Zucker helped to the bench. Minnesota will be a man short, down 1-0.
Zucker back on the bench. You see the penalty as he swings around and chops the feet out, but then looks like he took a skate up in the face, or at least in the throat. Yeah, it got kicked. That was very dangerous. Zucker right now sitting on the bench. Thought they might send him over to serve his own minor, but someone else in the box right now serving it for him.
So Minnesota's a man short. Kings on their second power play. They scored the first time on the only shot. Toffoli beat Backstrom. Koivu sends it in. Scandella in shorthanded for Minnesota. Good to see Zucker back on the bench. I do not see Thomas Vanek on the Minnesota bench. He was not a part of the power play the last time Minnesota had the man advantage. And that might be part of the reason why Mike Yeo was so liberal with his juggling of the power play groups.
Wild have given up a power play goal in this game. It's the only score. It's the only blemish on the penalty kill so far this season for them.
Haula grabs a loose puck and sends it all the way down. Quick cast to steer it aside. Second period has been dominated by Minnesota. They've outshot the Kings 11-2, but have not been able to push a puck past Jonathan Quick. I mentioned at the start of the period, the Kings came in -33 in shot differential in the second period this year. And the Wild have added to that here today. Doughty. Voinov. Doughty from the top of the circle. A shot saved by Backstrom. Toffoli over. Carter able to maintain his balance as the two collided, but Carter couldn't get a clean handle on the puck. Saucered across for Doughty. Doughty back to Voinov. Voinov watched by Haula. Centering pass to Toffoli. Tapped. He thought Doughty was breaking for the net, but he had put on the brakes. Doughty to Kopitar. Walks in. Center. Toffoli fanned on it. And then Suter rides him hard into the end boards.
Seen that happen to the Wild a few times in this game, and just one good miss deserves another, and Toffoli had what looked like an open net, but he just couldn't corral it.
Haula able to get a clear for Minnesota. 5 seconds left in the Kings power play. Williams into the Minnesota zone. Williams centered. Brown on the backhand. Rolled it right through the crease. Nobody home. Wilder at full strength. Parisi looking across for Fontaine, and Quick, sensing trouble, will cover and hold.
Toffoli looking for his second goal of the hockey game. Just didn't connect with it. Little chip pass there by Kopitar. A nice little raised pass by the backhand, and Toffoli just fanned on it.
Offensive zone faceoff coming here for Minnesota. Pominville taking the draw, and the Wild get a quick shot. Quick got a pad on it. Scandella cannot hold the zone. Backpedals through neutral ice. Parisi works his way in. Got it to Granlund. Across to Pominville. And the puck just escaped him. Granlund recovers in the corner. Hit hard by Stoll. Pominville swoops in on the puck, but his centering pass hit a skate, and Brown comes back 2-on-2. Brown with Williams. Brown forced to the outside by Scandella. Scandella knocks Brown to the ice. And Marco Scandella has been so strong early this season for Minnesota. Scandella and Folan paired here for the Wild. Scandella to Parisi, who tips it into the LA zone. Zucker in on the forecheck for Minnesota. Doughty watched by Coyle. And McNabb has it for the Kings. Around behind for Doughty. Doughty's clearing attempt was tipped by Coyle, who's been very active tonight. Coyle, Zucker, and Koivu up front right now for Minnesota. Centering pass with Coyle set up out front was intercepted. Coyle holds his own for Zucker. Back to Koivu, just out of his reach. Suter able to hold. Zucker taps to Coyle. Coyle behind the net for Minnesota. Coyle to Zucker, a shot. Didn't get all of it. Koivu has it in the corner. Good shift for this threesome for Minnesota. Spurgeon works his way down the boards. Got it to Koivu in the corner. Koivu looking for Zucker, hit a skate. Spurgeon wasn't able to collect the puck, and the Kings clear to center. Spurgeon retreats there for Minnesota. Howla had it knocked off of his stick, and Jeff Carter starts back. Carter's been quiet today for Los Angeles. Fontaine for Minnesota. Puck was played with a high stick, and we get a whistle with 93 seconds left in the second period.
Well, you mentioned the strength of Marco Scandella, and usually you have to have plenty of it on a guy like Dustin Brown, who throws his own weight around pretty well. But Scandella just marks him, stays with him, and then takes him right out along the boards. He has a lot of strength, great reach, great hockey sense as well. Scandella continuing to grow.
Voinov behind the net. Toffoli's pass out of the reach of Carter. Brodin settles the puck for Minnesota. Knocked down. Here's Carter with a shot. Saved by Backstrom. One of the few good scoring chances for the Kings here in the second period.
Wow, to pretty much own the offensive zone. This one, they converge on Brodin. He just can't get the puck out on a pinching Carter. And Backstrom out there solid, cutting down the angle and not giving up a rebound. Something goaltenders that haven't seen a lot of game time can spit pucks out. Backstrom has not done that in this game, has not seen a lot of action, especially in this period, but still was able to meet the task there.
Parisi able to force the puck out to neutral ice. Doughty sends it back in. Jonas Brodin back to pick it up for Minnesota. Suter's pass too far for Pominville at center. Martinez plays it right back the other way, and this will be icing against the Kings in the final minute of the second period. Our Window Concepts game reset. Tyler Toffoli with the only goal. Jonathan Quick has been very good with 24 saves on 24 wild shots, 5 of which have come off the stick of Erik Haula. Draw controlled by Los Angeles. Doughty relayed to the line by Williams. Brodin holds, but now Williams starts back. Kopitar sends it in. Williams and Suter collide. King is there for Los Angeles. Out to the point for Martinez. His shot was blocked by Pominville. Final half minute of the second period. Kopitar has a long one deflect up and into the netting, out of play.
Very few chances for the LA Kings in this period. Their only goal, a power play marker that actually was a fortunate hop off of Suter's skate. But nevertheless, the Kings just find a way to play this way and win hockey games. They've done it so often. Jonathan Quick, obviously a huge part of that.
Koivu against Stoll on the draw. Koivu plays it off the glass and out. Charlie Coyle racing in for Minnesota. Regier back for the Kings. Again, we see Koivu paired with the two youngsters, Coyle and Zucker. This line created chances on their last shift. Kings offside, and we get a whistle with 6.8 remaining.
Have not seen Vanek in a little while, as you mentioned. Wasn't on the power play. Haven't seen him out in a regular shift either.
Wild win the draw. This should bring us to the end of the second period. A scoreless second. And we leave the same way we started with the Kings in front, 1-0.
Well, Jonathan Quick is the story because the Wild, plenty of opportunities in that period especially to tie this game up.
Kevin Gorg will chat with Kings winger Justin Williams next. Los Angeles 1, Minnesota 0 after 2 at the Staples Center. Thomas Vanek back on the ice as we prepare for the third period. He didn't play in the second half of the second period, but good to see the Wild forward ready for action here in the third.
Wild have outpossessed the puck of the LA Kings. They do not want to fall into the trap that the Kings can sometimes set. Last game, the Kings were outshot by the St. Louis Blues 43-18. Ended up winning 1-0 in a shootout. The Wild continue to pepper Jonathan Quick.
It's interesting, during the Kings' 3-game win streak, they've outscored their opponents 11-2. But they've been outshot by 30 pucks, 105-75 over that stretch. Wins over Winnipeg, Edmonton, and St. Louis. Here today, they've been outshot by a 2-1 margin, but lead the Wild 1-0. We're underway in the third. Mikko Koivu back with his regular line mates. Saw a couple of shifts with Coyle and Zucker in the second period. A long pass from Suter, tipped in by Vanek. Vanek's then knocked off the puck by Regehr.
Vanek was stationary at that blue line, otherwise he'd have caught that in stride.
Williams to Regehr, hit by Vanek in the corner, and Williams starts ahead for the Kings. His pass cross ice behind Kopitar. Kings have been a bit careless with the puck. 10 giveaways through the first 2 periods compared to just 1 for Minnesota. You mentioned the puck possession. Shot attempts, usually a good indicator of that. Wild with a 43-24 advantage in shot attempts through the first 2 periods. Jeff Carter trying to work his way around Scandella. Those two go up against the end boards. Granlund in to play the loose puck. Poked it ahead, but held at the line. No, it was not held. Offside against LA. Our Bud Light, what's on tap? Minnesota's at home this weekend. Thursday night against Arizona. Saturday night against Tampa Bay. Next week, an East Coast trip to New York and Boston.
You see that Boston's already played 7 games. The Wild won't play 7 games till that road trip against the Rangers. Only game number 4 for the Wild.
Brown pinned up against the boards by Haula. Niederreiter joins the fight for Minnesota. Stoll trying to hold, but now Charlie Coyle carries ahead. His pass bounces by Niederreiter. A little bit of a choppy start here to the third period. We're 2 minutes in. Niederreiter with a quick shot right on, and Quick makes the save.
I like this line. Haula leads the Wild with 5 shots, but Niederreiter has been all over the ice, breaking up plays, clearing attempts down, and Charlie Coyle has also been very visible, very active, and just this forecheck gives you an idea of the Wild's line there that has been together since the first game of the season. Mike Yeo likes the way they combine. A lot of physical and a lot of speed.
2-on-2 for the Kings at the Minnesota line. King dropped for Kopitar. Didn't have anything, so he just plays to the corner. Williams trying to escape Mikko Koivu. Kopitar out to the point. Voinov back to Kopitar. Vanek comes away with a loose puck for Minnesota, but fell. And the Kings able to pick up the puck. Dwight King carries it in offside. The Minnesota Wild host Military Appreciation Night Thursday, November 13th, as the team faces off against Buffalo. Active or retired military personnel can purchase select tickets for $50. Visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details.
Thomas Vanek thought he might have drawn a tripping penalty there. None forthcoming.
Pearson down the wall. Plays it in behind the Minnesota goal. Centering pass from Toffoli. And Pearson couldn't handle it cleanly. Carter shoved off the puck by Folin. Scandella dumped behind the net. Toffoli walks out front, centers. Pearson scores.
This line has been absolute magic for the Kings this season. We mentioned it time and time again. 9 of the 12 regulation goals that the Kings scored coming into this game by this line. And Toffoli on the power play earlier in this game, and now 5-on-5. This line again with a cycle. Scandella fell down, and no one picked up Pearson driving to the net, and it's just a bang-bang play, one-timer. And 2-0 lead for the Kings, who have been pretty much outplayed by the Wild all game long.
Pearson came into this season with just 25 games of NHL experience, only 7 points. But this goal here gives him 7 points already this season, 5 goals and 2 assists. He was the #1 draft pick of the Kings in the draft following their 2012 Cup championship. Last pick of the first round. Parise dumped by Doughty out front. Suter to the middle, across to Brodin. His shot was blocked by Clifford. Parise knocked down from behind by Doughty. Granlund in the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Parise's back to pick it up. He and Doughty continue to push and shove. Parise trying to protect the puck. Got it to Granlund. Long shot by Brodin. Pad save by Quick. Suter tried to sneak one through to Granlund. Granlund looking for Pominville on the back door. Pominville to Parise. He's knocked down by Stoll. Pominville to Suter for a shot. And that was knocked down.
I don't even know how Quick saw that. Maybe he didn't.
Got the blocker on it. Made it look easy.
Wow. That was a nice setup by the Wild, getting a puck again back to the point to try and create some space and some screen in front of the net.
Niederreiter to Charlie Coyle as the Wild come to center. Coyle knocked off the puck. Regier to Williams. Kings are 3-on-2 at center. Howlett trying to catch up with the play and does. King's shot deflects into the netting.
Well, the Kings struck early here in this period, and just a good battle behind the net. Scandella just lost his footing, and Toffoli, given a little bit of time, was able to find his line mate. And Pearson just blasted it home.
Face off in the Minnesota zone. Wild desperately trying to figure out a way to beat Jonathan Quick in the LA net. That's been a difficult task here this afternoon. Voinov in for Los Angeles. Lost the puck. Williams hustles to scoop it up. Voinov plays to Kopitar. Kopitar leaves it in the corner for King. He was trying to set up Voinov for the one-timer. Vanek with a blind pass, sends Zucker in. Zucker with a shot! And Quick deflected it up and out of play.
What acceleration. You see that Zucker has shown a lot of that this season. Scored a goal like that last game against the Ducks. But he takes it, goes inside out, and just rifles this one. It looks like it either caught the elbow or maybe even crossbar, but it was a good, hard, rising shot trying to catch Jonathan Quick before he was able to set himself.
Draw controlled by the Kings. Pearson to Martinez. Chased by Howla. Plays it around to the far side. Howla centered, and it was just out of the reach of Charlie Coyle.
Once again, this line gets in there on the forecheck and creates something. It didn't connect, but we've seen Niederreiter, Coyle, and Howla really do a lot of good work on the forecheck in this hockey game.
Icing here against Minnesota. This line will be forced to stay on the ice. Mike Yeo has talked about the fact that he wanted to create a culture where there was some competition, accountability, and that different players might see more and more opportunity based on performance. And he's talked about this third line being more than just a checking line this year. We've seen evidence of that throughout the first 4 games, but especially here today.
He doesn't want it to be just a one-dimensional situation. And these guys, we've seen them put pucks in the net. Had a pretty strong game here, unable to connect.
You mentioned earlier he singled out Charlie Coyle after the Anaheim game and said he played well enough to warrant more minutes. I looked at the stat sheet after the game and I said to him, I need to play you more.
Well, that's the reward that every player looks for. And these guys have had a regular look here in this game.
Williams in the corner, tried to center. Backstrom got a skate on it. And we get a whistle as the puck is pinned up against the side of the net. 2-0 Los Angeles. Our Toyota get caught up. Well, scored on the power play with Tyler Toffoli.
Yeah, fortunate bounce off the skate of Suter. And of course the story continues to be Jonathan Quick. He has been lights out all game long and not allowing the Wild to penetrate anything behind him in the net. In the third period, that 70s show line that we wanted to hope to keep off the board gets a 5-on-5 goal on a nice cycle. Pearson blasts it home, and that line continues to be very hot for the Kings.
Fontaine for Minnesota. Fontaine skating with Cook and Carter after Jason Zucker has been given the opportunity to play with Mikko Koivu. And Thomas Vanek here in the third period. Scandella looking for a tip out front. Carter got a skate on it, but it went wide. Fontaine wins a puck battle centered. Spurgeon was sneaking down on the backside. Spurgeon centers, and it just escaped Matt Cook. Fontaine holds his own for Minnesota. Waiting, centers, Carter to Cook. He scores! Matt Cook left alone out front. And Minnesota's on the board.
Well, finally, the forecheck created the kind of scoring chance that the Wild needed. Had a lot of top offensive style players get chances in this game. But it's Matt Cook who is placed very well in front here as the Wild just keep it in. Just a good heads-up play. Matt Cook all alone in front of the net as he kind of hung out behind the defenders and got Jonathan Quick moving the wrong way, threw it back against the grain. This is a hockey game here.
Icing against the Kings.
That line has not seen a ton of action in this game.
First of the year for Matt Cook. Granlund on this draw for Minnesota against Carter. Pearson. Pass at center, intercepted by Suter. Pearson then dumps it back into the Minnesota zone. Suter there for the Wild. Parise to Granlund, then ahead. It was in the skates of Pominville, and this will be icing against the Wild. A face-off back in the Minnesota zone.
Wild something to build off of now. Pominville again in this game just fanning on a opportunity or two. Looks like he did in the Ducks game. Just got to settle that puck down and find a way to fire it at the net. But right now, that line right there with Fontaine, Cook, and Carter getting the scoring going for the Minnesota Wild.
Carter given the only assist. I'm not sure why Fontaine wouldn't get one after making the pass from the point on the play. At this point, it is just a single assist given to Ryan Carter on the Matt Cook goal. And the Wild have cut the LA lead in half. Now looking for the tying goal late. Brown ahead for Clifford. Clifford dumps it in for Los Angeles. Centers it. Brodin and his man tied up out front. Brown to Regeer. Clifford in the corner, watched by Granlund. They have now added an assist for Fontaine on the goal for Minnesota. Zucker pushes it ahead for the Wild. Regeer hustling back for LA. Zucker all over him on the forecheck. Vanek joins the fight, centered it. Puck winds up on Koivu's stick. Full and a long shot. Pad saved by Quick. Brown has it in the corner for Los Angeles. Sends it all the way down. And it'll be icing against the Kings. And an offensive zone faceoff for Minnesota.
Well, it's like the Kings are almost daring the Wild. With the possession time, the zone time that the Wild have had. It's a good sign when a team has to turn around and chip the puck out and take icing calls. Jonathan Quick has been stellar in this game.
Koivu wins the draw for Minnesota. Parisi and Voinov in behind the net. Brown wasn't able to hold, but the Kings escape and have a 2-on-2. No penalty coming here. The fans wanted Vanek to be called. Got away with some contact, disrupting the 2-on-2 attack by the Kings.
He was moving his feet, but he did reach around and lift the stick.
Spurgeon back in his own zone for Minnesota. 9 minutes into the third. Toffoli and Pearson for the Kings. Cook for the Wild. And it's 2-1 Los Angeles. Kopitar plays it ahead. Doughty's into the Minnesota zone. Doughty carries down low, sent it wide. Howlett played it ahead. It somehow rolls all the way down into Los Angeles territory. Both teams change as Martinez goes back to pick it up for the Kings. Richards lost it at the Minnesota line. Fontaine across to Matt Cook. Cook looking for Carter, who was breaking for the net. Dumped it in behind the goal. Martinez, and now we're going to get a penalty. It'll be a high stick, and Minnesota will get a power play chance. Richards, who earlier in the game was given 17 minutes of penalties, just came back and now takes another 2 on the high stick. Minnesota on the power play halfway through the third.
Daryl Sutter, I know that he's probably complaining about Vanek not getting a penalty a little bit earlier, but watch to the right side here. Stick comes right up into Fontaine's face. Caught him right up underneath the shield. So Fontaine, who has moved around a little bit, finds himself on the line with Cook and Carter, and in doing so gets himself an assist and draws up a big penalty here. So as we've said last year, the great benefit of having a guy like him is he finds ways to be effective no matter where you put him.
2 good shifts in a row for Minnesota's fourth line. Now the veteran power play group with Koivu, Parisi, Vanek, and Pominville up front. Suter manning the point. Koivu to Suter. Back to Koivu. Koivu looking for a lane. Vanek setting up in the middle, and his deflection goes wide. Pominville hustles after it. Suter back to Koivu. Koivu taking a look. Koivu with Parisi out front. That shot's tipped. Saved by Quick. Rebound, and Parisi whacking away, and somehow Quick keeps it out of the net.
Well, I can tell you, it's tough to cover a puck up when a guy's blasting away at you like Parisi. Just was not able to loosen the puck out of the gear of Jonathan Quick, who somehow locked down the ice. It's a great effort there by Parisi and Vanek, crashing in, trying to dislodge something. Quick up to 30 saves now in this hockey game.
Still nearly a minute and a half left in the Minnesota power play. And Koivu will be removed from the faceoff dot. That's a big advantage for the Kings. Koivu's won 14 of 20 draws in today's game. Rest of the Wild team well under 50%. Pominville wins this one. Suter to Koivu. Koivu sets up along the boards. Suter, Pominville, Suter. Koivu a one-time blast, saved by Quick. Parise back to Koivu. Koivu centers, Vanek wheels, sent it across to Pominville. Pominville, long shot, tipped by Vanek, then Parise has a shot, saved by Quick. Suter backpedals. Pominville back to Suter. Suter in the middle finds Koivu. Koivu down low, Parise through the crease. Pominville back to Suter. Now to Koivu, off target. Koivu handles the carom. Suter works his way back to the middle to Koivu. Koivu for Pominville on the backside. Pominville to Suter. Suter fakes the shot. Koivu wanted the one-timer. The tip by Vanek. Saved by Quick.
Well, Quick's very conscious of that deflection by Vanek. He's seen it a few times in this game. And Parise was hoping that he would see it come off of that. Look at this deflection right in the slot. Parise goes after it, and yeah, very similar as this one comes through. Again, a deflection by Vanek. No rebound this time. But that formula is a good one if you can get that puck to come off the gear of the goaltender. Jonathan Quick has sealed the ice very well in this hockey game, as he does very often.
Wild with a half dozen shots already on this power play. We mentioned earlier that they're averaging 2 per power play, which is second most in the NHL. But just have not been able to cash in with the extra man, and that's been the case again here tonight. Granlund brings it in. Drops it back to Niederreiter. Granlund behind the net. Looking for Spurgeon for a rocket, but Jonathan Quick again able to make the stop. Granlund holds his own. Coyle to Granlund. Spurgeon down low. Niederreiter in the corner. Granlund along the wall. Takes a hit from Kopitar. Kings are back at full strength. Coyle circling the net. Got it to Spurgeon. Coyle in the corner. Suter. Long shot. Hit traffic out front. Coyle hustles after the loose puck to hold the zone for Minnesota. Niederreiter run down from behind. Takes a couple of jabs from Green behind the play. Brodin for Granlund at center. Granlund softly flips it into the LA zone. And Minnesota will go back to the fourth line. It has produced a goal and drawn a penalty on their last 2 shifts. Fontaine to Cook. At the LA line, the Kings turn it back to center. Howler run over by Pearson. Wild now with 9 power play shots in the game, 36 total in the game. Better than a 2-1 advantage over the Kings, but it's Los Angeles in front by that 2-1 score. Brodin back in his own zone. To Folin. And ahead to Eric Howler. Howler flips it in. Takes a strange hop off the dasher board in the corner. Quick covers. And exactly 13 minutes in, we get a whistle. Spurgeon comes close. Wild down by 1. Kings 2, Wild 1. Our DQ shot of the game. The only shot that has beaten Jonathan Quick off the stick of Matt Cook.
Well, and it's a rare event to be able to pull Jonathan Quick out of his net like that. Good head fake or whatever Matt Cook did to get Jonathan Cook to lean the wrong way, but he threw it back against the grain, because you've seen the kind of shots the Wild have had all game long, and plenty of them have had an opportunity to score on mere mortal goaltenders, at least.
Kopitar for Williams. Couldn't get it by Suter along the boards. Voinov. Watched by Vanek. Circles his own net. Plays to the line. Zucker holds for Minnesota. Things come back to center. Richards dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Suter back to play it. Centering pass. Williams taps for Richards. And a glove save by Backstrom.
Richards did not get everything he wanted on that, but it was still a very good play, and Backstrom was sharp to trap that one down, not give up a rebound. Quick little touch passing play here, just a no-look pass by Kopitar, and then just a return to Richards, who got a quick release. Richards, of course, you mentioned earlier, have been highly penalized in this game. One was a jump in on Folin after Kopitar got hit. And he took a high stick penalty here in the third period, which the Wild used very well in every way except putting the puck in the net. A lot of good chances on that power play by the Wild.
Stoll removed from the faceoff dot, replaced by Brown, who will draw against Granlund. Faceoff controlled by Minnesota. Parise to Pominville. Scandella joining the rush from the blue line. Centered! And Parise tipped it just wide. What a feed from Marco Scandella. Doughty behind the net. Lost to Pominville. Bouncing puck winds up on the stick of Dwight King. Scandella holds for Minnesota. Scandella working his way in behind the LA goal. Left it for Pominville. Pominville ridden out hard. Kings clear but not out. Brodin run over. And the Kings able to force the puck out to neutral ice.
Back here, right here. Woo!
McNabb starts ahead for Los Angeles. Into the Minnesota zone, and the puck deflects out of play. Kings leading the Wild 2-1. We'll have a preview of our Wild Live postgame show next.
Look at Jonathan Quick. What a day he has had with 35 saves and counting. He has stymied the Wild except for that one goal that he allowed to Matt Cook. We'll get some player reaction and hear from head coach Mike Yeo after the game on Wild Live. Guys.
Thanks, Jamie. The Wild hoping to tie it. They've dominated the game. They've controlled the flow. Better than a 2-1 advantage in shot attempts. Better than a 2-1 advantage in shots on goal. But it's the Kings with the only 2-1 advantage that matters, and that's on the board.
Wild flipping some lines around now, but every time they throw someone out there, they seem to have the ice lopsided. Find a way to get the puck into the offensive zone. It's been fairly consistent all game long for the Wild.
Zucker's been very active for Minnesota, and with that has been given the opportunity to play on the second line. Here he's tripped as he draws a penalty with his speed entering the zone. Zucker, a positive factor again for Minnesota, and the Wild will get another power play chance.
Well, we talked about Zucker and the fact that Mike Yeo mentioned that one mistake will not pull you from the lineup. Mike Yeo loves, especially with young players, loves to give them an opportunity to respond, and Zucker has responded very well. He makes a very good move inside out, and it forces a tripping call, and a great opportunity. You see the pat on the back right there.
The third time in this game his speed has caused problems for Robin Regehr as Zucker entered the offensive zone.
Regehr is a big, strong guy, but on big defensemen, you make a quick little move, you can get them crossing their feet.
Koivu to Suter. Minnesota on the power play. Fifth chance of the game. Pominville tried to force one through. Koivu has it on the near side. Koivu double teamed along the boards. Plays it safely to Suter. Takes the shot. Pominville the one-timer. Saved by Quick. Parise jamming away. And with the puck still loose, the whistle blows.
I think they felt that he had it long enough, as Parise is just relentless around the top of that crease. Watch this play as it gets fed across. Good shot to the net, and there is Parise just pitchforking away, and the whistle goes. May have actually had a case there. Parise had enough of it that Maybe there was kind of a quick whistle.
How many times a game does a whistle blow and you wind up with Zach Parise laying in the opposing crease with 2 or 3 opponents on top of it?
Well, he's forcing people to.
Long shot tipped just wide. Quick got a piece of it on the drive by Pominville. Wild will be offside, so they have to allow the Kings to play the puck. And it's sent all the way down by Green. Suter will lead the rush for Minnesota. Parise, Koivu, Vanek, and Pominville, along with the veteran defenseman. Pominville carries in for Minnesota. Vanek works his way around one man, then lost the puck. Kings clear, and now Minnesota will change. 50 seconds left in this very important power play chance for Minnesota. Suter carries ahead to Niederreiter. Back to Suter. Suter's pass. Spurgeon had a chance. Couldn't get a handle on it cleanly, and the Kings clear.
No setup on the last 2 zone entries for the Wild. Both times they were cleared right out.
Charlie Coyle sends it cross ice. Green there, and it gets by Brodin. Brodin has to hustle back after it. Only 15 seconds left in the power play. Spurgeon starts ahead. Pass deflected by Coyle. Couldn't be handled cleanly by Niederreiter. And Regehr is back. Minnesota's power play 0 for 5. Granlund tries to jump around Doughty's check and went down. Loose puck, Niederreiter to Granlund. Granlund couldn't handle it cleanly. Tried to center, Niederreiter was tied up. Folin holds the zone, but his shot is deflected out of play.
Well, power play killers. When you can't get that setup that you want and you get the zone clears, LA got 3 of them, maybe 4 if you count the one from the neutral zone, and Robin Regehr gets out of that unscathed. 38 shots on goal for the Wild in this hockey game, and still looking for the tying marker here.
Koivu and Richards on this draw. Kings control. Voinov around to Williams. Scandella intercepts for Minnesota. Folin there. Vanek at neutral ice. To Koivu. Works his way around. Voinov a shot right on. And the 39th shot of the night held by Quick.
It was a good play by Vanek on a quick little backhander to get. Watch this quick little feed. And those are the kind of plays that so many players are just unable to think or react. Quick little feed got Koivu at least in a position to create a face-off in the offensive zone.
See the shots dramatically in Minnesota's favor. 15-4 here in the third period. 27-9 in the second and third period combined. Suter plays it ahead. Pominville into the Los Angeles zone. His shot steered aside by Quick. King able to play it out. Spurgeon to Suter. Suter backpedals. Finds Granlund at the LA blue line. Granlund dumps it in. Quick plays it behind the net. Doughty there. And the loose puck picked up by Brown, who reaches center ice and dumps it in. Inside 2 minutes remaining. We saw Mike Yeo pull his goaltender with 1.5 minutes the other night in Anaheim. How early will he pull Backstrom here today? Coyle to Spurgeon. Spurgeon ahead for Minnesota. Vanek deflects it into the Los Angeles zone, but Voinov is back to pick it up for the Kings. Pearson at center ice. Fires it in. This delaying Mike Yeo's opportunity. Brodin wins a puck battle against Pearson. Got it ahead to Vanek along the boards. And as the Wild come to center, I'd expect Backstrom to head for the bench. Coyle dumps it in. Brodin able to play it deeper, and now Backstrom is off. Koivu behind the net to Vanek. Extra attacker for Minnesota. Vanek centered, and Coyle shoved it just wide. Coyle in the corner. Out to the point. Long shot blocked. Brodin a drive. It's tipped, and Quick somehow sees it through traffic and covers in the LA goal.
Jonathan Quick did not see or react to that initial shot. I think it may have hit a defender in front of him, so he was just trying to find where the puck ended up. Eventually he was able to lay down and cover up the ice. Wild with a timeout here as they go over a couple of plays, but watch this feed here by Vanek. Wow, right off the side of the net, and Coyle just couldn't put it inside the post, and there it is, off of the defender, and Quick was able to scurry and gobble that up. 40 shots on goal for the Wild. You can't say that there's no effort in this one. A lot of those shots as well coming with man advantage time. And now they're going to have to do it likely with an empty net.
Wild at the 40 mark in shots on goal for the second time this season. 48 on opening night against Colorado, a franchise record. 40 more here in Los Angeles. More shots than the Wild managed in the 2 games here in LA last year, when they had a combined total of 37. Extra attacker for Minnesota. Draw controlled by the Kings. Carter. Granlund got there quickly enough to disrupt the clear. Pominville a shot. That was blocked by Kopitar. And the Kings clear. Suter goes back to pick it up for Minnesota. Pominville brings it into the LA zone. Threads one through. Granlund to Parise. Skate save by Quick. Koivu in the corner. Out for Suter. Suter to Koivu along the boards. Granlund in the corner. Pominville pinching in for the point. Puck pops up in the air. Granlund fires. Deflects to the corner. Parise centered it. Vanek in check. Koivu just couldn't hold his own. Inside 10 seconds left. Suter brings it in. Parise to Koivu. Swept away by King. And the defending champs will hold on to beat the Wild. Same score as the Wild fell in Anaheim Friday night. It's 2-1 for the Kings.
Well, maybe one of the best chances of the game came with less than 10 seconds left, as Parise bats one, what looked like batted one out of the air, and somehow Quick drags that left foot. Watch this saucer pass by Granlund, and yeah, he batted that one out of the air, and Quick just kept that left foot in line with the left post and was able to drag the leg and stop that one. Simply amazing. Look at the Tempstar star of the game. Stars, I should say, because that line got it done for the Kings.
They scored both of their goals here today, Jamie, and the Wild fall to the defending champs 2-1.
And that second line for the Kings is one of many things we'll be touching on next on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. Ben Clymer is here to break it down, plus talk about that man, Jonathan Quick, with 40 saves tonight. We'll also hear from Mike Yeo after this on Wild Live.